Hi, I'm Michael Knowles, and in this video, I will discuss the basics of using macros in Excel. Specifically, I'll explain what a macro is, how to set up your Excel document to support macros, and finally, how to create and use macros to automate your routine tasks. A macro is a shortcut that you customize to do several actions in Excel all at once. Put simply, a macro records what you do with your mouse and keyboard, then repeats that pattern whenever you want. Macros can do just about anything, from changing font size and color, to setting up conditional formatting, and even importing data from other files, all at the press of a button. If you have to do any repetitive task in Excel, you can use a macro to make it faster and easier. Macros are attached to one Excel workbook and will be available to use on all open workbooks if the original document they were attached to is open. This means you'll need to create a new Excel file to make your macros on and open this file in the background whenever you want to use your macros. First, create a new Excel file by selecting File, New, Blank Workbook. Now you need to save this file as your new macro-enabled workbook by selecting File, Save As, Browse. Now, find a place on your computer that you can easily find the workbook. Title it Macro Workbook. Select File Type and select Macro-Enabled Workbook. Now that you have saved the file, you need to enable the Developer tab. Go to Files, Options, Customize Ribbon, Main tabs, then check to enable the Developer tab and click OK. Once the Developer tab is enabled, select it. Click Macro Security. Enable all macros, and OK. Now, you're ready to start recording macros. If you want to follow along in Excel, pause the video now and download the example spreadsheet from the link in the description. First, make a copy of the example sheet in your macro-enabled workbook. Now, go to the Developer tab and click Record Macro. Give your macro a title, a shortcut, and a description. Be careful not to use a pre-existing shortcut like Ctrl-C. Now, everything you do is being recorded by Excel to be repeated whenever you activate the macro. Now, let's get to formatting. First, add a total price column. Fill it by multiplying unit price by quantity. Apply the rule to the whole column. Now, change the header color and bold the text. Select the columns and space them properly. Select and center the data. Display only whole dollar amounts for costs. Apply a thick outside border. Sort the data from newest to oldest. Now that you're finished formatting, click Stop Recording, and you have your first macro. Go back to the example table worksheet and activate your macro by using the hotkey you set earlier or selecting Developer, Macros, selecting your macro, and clicking Run. Remember, always make a backup save of your file before testing a new macro. Now, I will demonstrate one of my personal macros. Now, you know the very basics of using macros in Excel.